In a Minoan palace ruin, a single clay disc was found. It holds a message from 4,000 years ago in a language we cannot read. 241 symbols spiral towards the center. Each one was stamped into wet clay with perfect precision. This looks like printing. Yet it predates the printing press by millennia. How is this possible? Among the symbols, familiar shapes emerge. A running man, a ship with oars, a head wearing a plumed helmet. But what do they mean together? Are they words, syllables, or something else entirely? A code without a key. It was discovered by the Italian archaeologist Luigi Pernier in 1908. He found it in a single sealed chamber. Its context offers few clues. Found alongside a broken tablet written in Linear A, another undeciphered script. This isolation makes the Phaistos Disc a linguistic orphan. A single page from a book no one else has ever seen. The script is unique, found nowhere else in the Minoan world. This deepens the artifact's profound mystery. 45 distinct symbols repeat in various combinations. Not enough for a picture-based language. Too many for an alphabet. The central paradox remains. An ancient message, technologically advanced, yet utterly silent for millennia. To solve this riddle is to hear a voice from the Bronze Age. A prize that has tempted scholars for over a century. The great gamble is this: dedicating a lifetime to a code that might never be broken. A quest for a ghost. The reward? To unlock the secrets of the Minoan civilization, to understand their thoughts, their beliefs, their stories. But the risks are immense. Some have called it a forgery, a clever hoax created to fool archaeologists. Thermoluminescence dating, however, proved the clay was fired 3,700 years ago. It is genuinely ancient. Another theory suggests it's not writing at all. Perhaps it is a game board, a calendar, or an astronomical tool. Yet the structure, the grouped signs divided by lines, strongly resembles written text. It has grammar, a syntax. So the hunt for a parent language began. Linguists looked to the powerful neighbors of ancient Crete. Could it be a form of Luwian, an Anatolian language? The plumed helmet symbol bears a striking resemblance, or perhaps an early form of Greek. Some scholars tried to assign Greek phonetic values to the symbols. Every attempt has led to a dead end. Each proposed translation is compelling, but ultimately unprovable without more text. This is the true risk of the puzzle. Without a Rosetta stone, the disc remains a beautiful, locked box. But code breakers are not easily deterred. They believe the clues lie not in other languages, but within the disc itself. They examine the frequency of symbols, their positions, their pairings. A mathematical approach to an ancient problem. This internal analysis offers the first real breakthrough, a way to understand the text structure without translation. The stakes are now clear. Forget translation for a moment. First, we must learn how to simply read it. The map to understanding is hidden in plain sight. The journey to unravel it begins with a single question. Which way does the spiral flow? Does the story begin at the edge or at the core? The key lies in the stamps themselves. Look closely at where the symbols overlap one another. The symbol to the right is always slightly overlapped by the one to its left. A printer's simple mistake. This means the scribe worked from right to left. The story spirals inward, from the rim to the center. With the direction solved, a new problem emerges. What kind of writing system uses 45 distinct signs? It's too many for an alphabet, like English. And it's far too few for a logographic system like Chinese. This number is the sweet spot for a syllabary. Each symbol represents a syllable, like ba, door, or ri. This was a major leap. The disc likely records a spoken language, syllable by syllable. We are closer to hearing it. Now, attention turned to specific repeating groups of symbols. Could these be recurring words like names or places? The plumed head symbol is one of the most common. It often appears at the beginning of a word group. This suggests it might be a determinative, a silent sign indicating the category of a word like person or God. Another clue is a diagonal dash mark, occasionally etched beneath a symbol. What could this small mark signify? Linguist Gareth Owens proposes it marks the start of a new word. A simple yet brilliant way to add punctuation. So we have the direction, the type of script, and even punctuation. The grammar of the disc is slowly revealing itself. This brings us back to the gamble. What language is it speaking? Owens argues for a connection to Minoan linear A. He identifies phonetic values shared between the scripts. He believes he can read words like mother and goddess. This suggests the disc contains a religious hymn. A prayer to a Minoan mother goddess, perhaps for protection. A beautiful and compelling theory. But without more linear A being deciphered, it remains a brilliant, unproven hypothesis. Other scholars disagree entirely. They point to the singular nature of the object as its most important feature. Why make reusable stamps for a single document? It's an enormous amount of work for a one-off project. This implies other similar discs must have existed. Perhaps they were made of perishable materials like parchment and are now lost. This reveals the true tragedy of the disc. We may not have a key because we only have one page. Let's re-examine the symbols themselves. Not for their sound, but for what they depict of Minoan life. The ship symbol is clearly a Minoan vessel. This tells us of a seafaring people connected to the wider world. We see tools, plants, animals. A carpenter's square, a lily flower, a captured bovine. Glimpses of their daily reality. Even without a translation, the disc speaks. It tells a story through its very pictures. A silent film from the past. But the nature of the object itself remains the biggest question. What was the purpose of this technology? Was it for mass communication? A way to quickly produce official documents, laws, or royal decrees? Or was it something more sacred? A complex ritual text where perfect replication of the signs was essential. The careful corrections made to the clay suggest a high-value object. This was not a rough draft. Perhaps its purpose was the technology itself, a demonstration of a brilliant new invention, a proof of concept. Each theory is a maze. Every answer we find only reveals a doorway to a dozen new questions. What if the disc isn't from Crete at all? Some suggest its origin lies elsewhere, brought to Phaistos by a traveler. This could explain its unique script and symbols. An alien artifact, not from the stars, but from a neighboring land. This theory realigns the entire investigation. We may have been searching in the wrong library all along. The decades of research have built a powerful foundation. We know how it was read, how it was written, but the core message, the voice of its creator, remains just out of reach. A tantalizing whisper across the centuries. All evidence has been examined. The map of the mystery is as complete as we can make it. But perhaps we have been asking the wrong question all along. Maybe the message isn't in the language. The true meaning might be the object itself. The grand design of an idea, born far before its time. The grand design was not the prayer or the law. It was the system of movable type itself. 3,000 years before Gutenberg, an unknown Minoan inventor created a way to print, to mechanize the written word. This was its social impact. The potential to spread information faster and more perfectly than any scribe's hand. A revolution in technology that could have reshaped the ancient world. An idea of truly staggering genius. But the revolution never happened. No other printed artifacts from this time have ever been found. Not one. The idea died with its creator, or was lost in the collapse of Minoan civilization. A brilliant spark. Extinguished. This is the echo of the Phaistos Disc, It's a testament to human ingenuity and a somber lesson. It teaches that innovation is not inevitable. A great idea is fragile and can be lost to time, and so the disc remains undeciphered. A locked room mystery, waiting for its final, elusive clue. Its true gift is not a forgotten message. It is the enduring question it asks of us across the ages. It inspires us to keep searching, to keep wondering, to believe that any code can be broken, any voice can be heard. The disc keeps its secrets, for now. Help us uncover the next lost chapter. Tell us what we should investigate.